Hello and welcome to the spectacular city of Sydney, Australia, home to the world's largest natural harbour. It's a must-see destination which draws tourists from right around the world. And this week, competitors from 28 countries have headed to Sydney Olympic Park for the XIAMENAIR Australian Badminton Open. And to take you through all the action, let's join Jill Clark.
Thanks, Brendan. Yes, hello and welcome to the Australian Open, the sixth event on the 12-tournament MetLife BWF World Superseries. The Superseries is the elite tier of tournaments in the sport of badminton. And this year, the Australian Open is the last Superseries before the Rio Olympic Games. 12 tournaments from across the globe. There you can see all 12. Plus, of course, we have the Super Series finals, the end of year finale. And once again, the Super Series finals will be staged in Dubai. Just the top 8 players in pairs in each of the 5 disciplines qualify for the Super Series finals. And the first 2 editions in Dubai have been a huge success with the players. Well, it's quarterfinals day here today at the XIAMENAIR Australian Open. 5 matches for you this afternoon, and we're starting with men's singles. And the 2011 winner, Sho Sasaki, up against Hans-Kristian Vittinghus. Then we turn to women's singles and 2 former world number 1s. The Olympic bronze medalist, XIAMENAIR, up against the 2013 world champion, Ratchanok Intanon. Then we're back to men's singles, and Chen Long, the defending champion and 2-time world champion. He's up against the 19-year-old Indonesian, Anthony Ginting. Then we turn to women's doubles and the world number 1s, Matsutomo and Takahashi, who've already won 3 Super Series tournaments this year. They're up against a brand new Chinese pair of Bao Yi-sin and Chen Qing-chen. Then we finish with men's doubles and former world number 1s, Kukian Kiat and Tan Boon Hyong of Malaysia, up against Berry Anggriawan and Rian Agung Saputro of Indonesia. So before the first of our quarterfinals, which is men's singles, a chance for us to look at the men's singles draw. Now, I can actually tell you, in that second quarter, the Korean Jeong Hae-jin has already got through to the semi-finals. He's been given a walkover from Hu Yun. Of course, the defending champion at the top of the draw, and the highly talented Srikanth Kedambi down in that bottom quarter. But we're going to concentrate on the third quarter there, and it's the left-handed Sho Sasaki of Japan up against Hans-Kristian Vittinghus of Denmark. Well, I'm delighted to say that sitting alongside me once again is former Danish head coach Sten Pedersen, and of course with Denmark fresh from success at the Thomas Cup, the recent World Men's Team Championships. I'm thinking that the Danish players are all going to be feeling very confident, and therefore for Hans-Kristian Vittinghus, this is a huge chance to get through to a second Super Series semi-final.
Yeah, and he's already in his first quarterfinal here in Australian Open, so he was quite satisfied with his win yesterday, and I guess he must be feeling that he has a reasonable chance against Sho Sasaki, whom we'd had trouble with earlier, but seemed to find a solution to his playing style. It's going to be interesting to see this match, because there's only one seeded player left in the tournament, so
yeah,
really anybody's choice.
Yes, of course, it was a great disappointment that the number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 8 seeds all had to withdraw before the start of the event, and the former champion Tian Hao-wei, the number 6 seed, he was beaten in the very first round, as indeed was Chao Tien-chen, the number 7 seed. So, as you rightly say, Steen, just 1 seed left in the tournament, and we will be watching him a little later on this afternoon. Of course, it is the defending champion. But as far as these 2 men's singles players are concerned, the left-hander Sho Sasaki, the 33-year-old from Hakodate, the city port, and he is 28 in the world ranking. He has been as high as 6. His Super Series standing at the moment, he's gone down 3 places this week to number 18. Won this title here when it was a Grand Prix Gold event back in 2011. He was semi-finalist a year later, but since it's been a Super Series, well, hasn't got past the second round. But he has this year, as you can see, both of his matches against Sujen Hao and then Zainuddin of Malaysia, both in 2 straight games. So to Hans-Kristian Vittinghus, 30 years of age. He's up 1 place in the world ranking this week, up to number 12. But he has been as high as 8, a total of 11 weeks as world number 8. Now, he's gone down a couple of places as far as the Super Series is concerned because he lost in the first round last week in Jakarta. And he, like his opponent, has not done particularly well at the Australian Open in the past. This is his 3rd appearance here, and it's the first time he's gone beyond the first round. Well, as far as his matches this year, first round opponent who was promoted from the qualifying, Derek Wong of Singapore. But what a match yesterday against the Englishman Rajiv Youssef. He was a game and 2016 up in the second, but he was forced to go to a decider because he lost 6 straight points, losing that second game. Now, this is the 6th meeting between the 2 players, and Sho Sasaki has the advantage, having won 3 of the previous 5, but Hans-Kristian Vittinghus has won the last 2, including the last one, which was the first round of the India Super Series earlier this year. So Arno Verdon of Switzerland is our umpire for this one. Kelly Hoare of Australia is the service judge. Well, he must be full of confidence, having won the last 2 encounters. But Steen, I was mentioning that against Rajiv Youssef, had 4 game points to win it in 2 straight games, and you and I were watching that match, and we were a little astonished by it.
Yeah, a little worried because he played so well in the Thomas Cup final, Vittinghus, and suddenly he looked very, very nervous and hesitative. Yesterday, in my opinion, made some, at best, strange choices in the game, but
ladies and
I actually
gentlemen,
think that it means a lot to him to do well in this tournament.
Yeah.
Denmark. And on my left, Sasaki Sho, Japan. Sasaki Sho to serve. Love all. Play. Fault. Service over.
And of course, this man,
No.
Sho Sasaki, has qualified for the Olympic Games. He will be Japan's representative in Rio.
Fault.
He looks a little nervous to me at the start. 2 errors on defensive shots. That
Yeah. I don't think it was smashes that was hit to win it, but they've been winners, both of them. That's better.
Service over.
certainly, when I first watched Sho Sasaki a number of years ago, I was struck by his speed around the court, but now at the age of 33, he's going to turn 34 at the end of this month. I'm not sure he's still got quite the same pace, so he's having to play a different sort of game.
Yeah, he's trying to be more precise, more accurate with his shots. Trying to control it a little bit more. And it's actually interesting because I think the same goes for Vittinghus, who's been nursing an injury in his heel, more or less ruined most of 2015 for him, but he's back now and doesn't have any pain, but he feels that he cannot practice as much physically as he would like to. So had to rethink his game and try to rely more on accuracy and Good strategy.
Yeah, it was a good lift.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Ready to pounce on the net, Vittinghus.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that he's trying to become a little better at. Actually killing the shuttles from the front court. He plays himself up to a number of chances, but has earlier on in his career been a little bit unsharp there. If you give away too many opportunities when you actually should have converted it to a winner, then it'll be tough in the deciding stages of tournaments.
Oh, that's clever. Well, he missed the kill, but I guess, Steen, you're pleased to see him actually going for that.
Yeah, but yes and no. I'm pleased to see him go for it. Because it's a part of the development to figure out that you can't go for that one.
Yeah.
But if you've never gone for it, you won't be able to distinct between which one should I go for and which one should I just play on with. So you're not really good enough on judging the opportunities at the front
Service
court.
over.
Yeah.
7-3.
But the only way to become better at it is practicing, and,
Yeah.
and that goes also in matches. So interesting to see how far he's come in this match here. Started out very well yesterday as well against Rajiv Usev, and then Usev caught up and it became a very, very close match.
Oh. Well, Sho Sasaki under real pressure early on in the rally. Wrong choice of shot, I think, from Vittinghus playing that cross court, unless you're really going to put your opponent under pressure.
Yeah, both yes and no, because I think it might open up the
Behind
court
you.
for some straight attacks later on.
the same on the other
The thing
side.
I would have liked to see is that when he makes that smash toward the backhand side of Sasaki, I mean, it's 99% is going to be a short defensive shot if he gets it, Sasaki. So just run immediately towards that corner.
Yeah.
4-7.
Yeah, good follow-up.
Service over. 8-4.
It's going wide, isn't it? My goodness. The drop shot from Sho Sasaki
Service over.
got deflected.
5-8.
A little awkward for Vittinghus.
Good net shot.
That's a very, very good controlled net shot from the left-hander.
6-8.
Interesting to see how close it is. Well played, well played. The shot from Vittinghus simply not close enough, so he couldn't wait. He couldn't afford to wait at the net, or at least felt that he couldn't afford to wait. But a good challenge by Sasaki. He played the net from quite a low position.
Oh, that's delightful. Sacrificing
Service
power
over.
for placement. Threaded it down the
9-6.
line.
Yeah, and we know he's got a big smash, Vittinghus, so his opponent's got to be careful. But if he mixes it up with a little softer, more accurate shots, that could be really dangerous. And I think we saw him develop his game throughout the Thomas Cup campaign, so he actually played his best match in the final. And that's, of course, nice to do that, provided that you survive the first couple of matches.
10-6.
Good shot.
Yeah, good disguise. Oh, that is brilliant.
11-6.
Yeah.
Interval.
Kept Sho Sasaki to the back of the court. Waited for the right opportunity.
We couldn't see it on court, but Sasaki, he put his hands to his side and looked a little bit frustrated, or can that be right? That that went down. Thomas Stavngård.
Were you able to hear what they said?
Yeah.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
And any words of wisdom there?
Yeah, he said there's no reason not to trust my defense. Vittinghus and Stavngård was of the same opinion, and also said that he could sort of close the net down. That rally we saw where Sasaki was challenging from low below the tape.
11-6.
He'd like Vittinghus to stay there, and I think it's very good advice because he's fast enough to move backwards. You can't cover all four corners equally well. You have to sort of use some kind of probabilities according to how your own shot was and what kind of skills the opponent's got.
Well, this is a run of 4 straight points now.
That's why.
Oh,
Service
goodness
over.
me. Indecision.
7-12.
And 12-6 was the score against Rajivusev yesterday, when sort of things started to go a little bit wrong for Vittinghus, even though he managed to take the first game. And I have a feeling that sometimes he becomes a little afraid of seeing himself as really, really good.
Yeah.
13-17.
Because there's always been higher ranked Danes the whole of his playing career.
Yeah, perhaps that's one of the things.
8-13.
He's always mentioned as the fighter Vittinghus, and that sort of puts a mark on you. So I think it's important to be able to change your own view of yourself and say, hey, I've actually become better, become more sophisticated in my game, I've developed.
Nine, 13.
Yeah, clearly wide. Good defense. Oh, he's pushed it.
Well defended by Sasaki.
That was incredible, wasn't it?
10-13.
He did well to get out of the way of that last one.
good shot. That reverse slice, both from his forehand and his backhand side, that's a really, really good shot from Sho Sasaki. Very hard to judge.
Yeah, there's another nice net shot from the left-hander, forcing the error. Oh, it's all a little bit of deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Vittinghus' match yesterday against Usef. Well, as far as he's concerned, as long as it's the same outcome, I don't suppose he will worry too much.
But this is where I feel that now the scoreline becomes a little bit more mentally bearable for Vittinghus. Now they're a little bit close. Very nice attack again. Not very hard. Actually more like a long drop. But that's good enough, and we can see that if Sasaki would have been able to return that, then Vittinghus would have been all over it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Service over.
I think
14-11.
one of the things that perhaps Sasaki could try and develop a little bit was the ability to play in another way, to play a little bit more attacking style. I don't think he's got the movement or the stamina to play more defensively.
Nice, that's very nice. Good slice on the shuttle there.
Yeah.
15,
The extra spin.
11.
And the extra spin means that the shuttle dies a lot quicker. Also, of course, it creates deception with the actual shot making.
Service fault called.
Oh, service fault
Service
called.
over. Shuttle
Struck above the waist, says our service judge. Oh,
12,
shake of the head
15.
from Vittinghus. Here we go. Let's have a look at that. Well,
I think we've seen bigger service faults than that one, but it's not really what he wanted, because his short or his low service is very, very unstable, to say the least.
missed it. Yeah, he's missed a couple down that line from around the head position.
Service over.
But it also shows that he goes really close to the line, Sasaki. And given the thing we thought talked about at the interval, that Vittinghus was saying he was confident in his defense. That's it.
Yeah, found the
Well
line.
placed shot. Yeah, that's a good corner for
13,
Sasaki.
16.
But Vittinghus is confident in his defense to the faster smashes. That might put some mental pressure on this man.
Service over. 17, 13. Let.
Yeah, wasn't ready.
No.
Sasaki. Be ready to play this.
Yeah. I would do something like that every time Vittinghus is serving if I were the opponent. Until the umpire told me not to.
What, take as much time as possible?
Yeah, and break the service rhythm. Get Vittinghus to think. That's why. We've seen a number of wide shots here, and there's not really any side drift in this arena. So
I'm probably a little surprised after playing in Quarterfinals last week.
hitting the shot and then waiting for the side drift to take it, but there is none here.
He's used the body smash well, has
19,
Vittinghus.
13.
Very well.
And a good variation on his smashes, and that's where the cross smashes come in. They sort of better his straight smashes as well, because Sasaki can't really guess too much on one side.
So game point opportunities for Vittinghus.
20,
Stayed on
game point 30.
the Japanese side. I couldn't really see it from up. We're quite high above the court, so it's a little bit difficult to see whether they take the net court and tumble over or fall down on his own side.
Service over.
It wasn't even close to going over.
14, 20.
Oh, I like that.
Game.
Yeah. Slower drop shot there from
First game
Hans-Kristian Vittinghus in the opening game.
21-14.
21-14 in 18 minutes.
Men man kan sige indtil videre, den vi snakker om, den er round the head-tid, hvor der bare stikker den lige ned. Den er så god. Han har så svært ved det. Når den kommer til 4 gange træk, så bliver han nødt til at trække over, og så er helt den anden åben. Ikke? Og du slår mange ned der. Men der er ingen grund til at komme op. Altså, det er ved med at spille med det her, hvor vi 4 ud af 5 gange bare slår den hurtige afvikling stikken. Og så kan vi en gang imellem komme med det hårde smash, og gerne på kroppen der. Ikke? Så han ved, at det er ikke det samme, der kommer ind til. Det er god variation. Den sidste her er lige, altså det er lige til grænsen med, at vi, at vi går ind.
It's a great time of the year to visit the beautiful city of Sydney with the annual Vivid Light Festival mesmerising tourists. Sydney Opera House lit up and the harbour as well. Sights and sounds to take in, and it all wraps up this weekend. Let's go back to the action with Jill Clark.
So Hans-Kristian Vittinghus, Denmark, 1 game to the good, 21-14 that opening game. Well, Steen, I wonder, I mean, you said towards the end of that opening game, Sho Sasaki needed to do something a little different. You felt that he was perhaps being a little defensive. Do you think he should be changing his tactics?
I think he should be focusing a lot on the net game, because I think he could get the upper hand at the net. I think he's played some good rallies there, and then I thought he would make this reverse slice again, but that would be one of the shots that that I would be setting his game up around. That reversed drop shot from both his forehand and his backhand, going to the short forehand side of Vittinghus. That's a really, really good shot in my opinion. So if you mix that shot up with a number of other attacks, straight smashes, cross smashes, body smashes, and so on. So it's a little bit difficult for the Dane to sort of predict what's coming, and he's got this short forehand corner to cover, then it could be difficult for Vittinghus.
Well, I know you were trying to listen in to Thomas Stangor. Was there anything said about what the Dane should be doing?
Yeah, very positive, and they feel that the quick execution, that one has worked really well. That on the other hand, the cross quick execution there, steep smashes has not worked that well. They've been in the middle of the net. Could be a sign that he's actually too far behind the shuttle. But the quick executed shots to the backhand side of Sho Sasaki, they feel that they're very efficient, and they will go down eventually as long as he mixes it up with some bigger smashes on the body.
4-1.
Yeah, there's that one again that you were talking about.
Service over.
He doesn't really come out to it, Sasaki, and if he begins to get his racket on it, it will go short straight. And they are planning on mixing it up with some body smashes as well.
Oh, that was good defense. It's a good rally. Overdone it.
Yeah, and that's, in my opinion, that's the defense of Vittinghus, sort of creeping into the mind of Sasaki, that he didn't want to play a longer rally here. He played a shot to win the rally, and instead he lost it. He'd been controlling the rally the whole time, and could actually just keep on controlling it.
Good. Service over.
Blowing his nose, I think.
5-3.
Might not be totally fresh then. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have a cold or the beginning of a cold and so on, you can't really breathe through your nose, and that's troubling. Good shot. Again, the quick release of the racket, not a whole lot of arm power in it.
Yes, and I think that sort of softer smash down Sasaki's forehand side, I think that's where Sasaki really struggles, because then he has to generate the pace in his defensive shot.
Exactly.
6-4. Hans-Kristian Vittinghus
Oh, he's challenged.
Called out.
He's challenged. He won't win that, surely. Well, Hawkeye will adjudicate for us, and Hawkeye have got high-speed cameras looking down those lines. And then the instant review judge will decide whether the shuttle from those frame-by-frame. Look at it, yeah, well, I thought it was considerably out.
Unsuccessful.
Yep, and the instant review judge through Hawkeye
One
has
challenge
confirmed that.
remaining.
It looked a little bit more like a sort of, hey, I want to get my head straight
7-4.
again, challenge.
Play.
Oh, that is brilliant.
That's a good shot.
That is fantastic.
Always a very, very
8-4.
efficient shot for left-handed players, that steep smash from their backhand side.
Look at that movement. It's going wide. Yeah, he's really lost his way, hasn't he, Vittinghus? And an awful lot of it is because of the increased tempo from this man.
Also, very, very good service placement from his right serving field. Both situations, Vittinghus was in doubt whether to return by forehand or backhand.
Yeah, there's that round the head shot again. What a turnaround in this second game.
10-4.
That's landed in. Misjudgment
Service
there
over.
from Sho Sasaki.
5-10.
It's also in.
6-10.
He's going to close it now, Sasaki, in order to have a healthy lead.
A bit of frustration, perhaps.
But it's strange. I mean, he's leading 10-4. Everything's going well. Now it was 4 points down the drain in double time. That's really, really astonishing. Instead of being totally in control in this game, now Vittinghus has sort of got a hook in him and can feel that he's in this game. Anyway, had he turned or gone to the interval 11-4, then there's not a lot of points left before Vittinghus probably would let it go.
Oh, yes. Good anticipation on that one, though, from Sho Sasaki as he goes to the mid-game interval with a 2-point advantage. 11-9. So the Japanese coach, Keita Masuda. Yeah, you're definitely right. He's got a bit of a cold there, Sho Sasaki. Of course, when he won the title here in 2011, the Australian Open, it wasn't part of the Super Series then.
20 seconds.
It beat Wong Chun Han in the final. It was the battle of the left-handers that year, wasn't it?
Very uneven match so far in terms of
the run of points, or
run of points, giving away points and so on. Only 28 minutes. That's not too long.
No, it's quick, isn't it? Oh, that's nice.
Service over.
Of course, during the Thomas Cup, we saw that Vittinghus in his matches was Kenneth Jonassen, the men's singles coach in Denmark. Thomas Damgaard was coaching doubles on a daily basis. And then a sports psychologist sitting on the chair. And one of the things that Vittinghus is struggling with is that he feels that he's thinking too much during his matches and sort of letting bad shots, bad decisions feel too much in his mind.
Oh, goodness.
Sometimes you can almost see him struggling on court, and getting back his focus.
Yeah, that goes down as a missed opportunity. In fact, it was a missed timed shot. That's why he made the error.
Wide.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about the psychology for Vittinghus, because when I was watching his match yesterday against Rajiv Youssef, I felt he got lulled into taking the shuttle late because
Yeah.
he was so desperately wanting not to make an error. So rather than going for winners, he looked to me as if he was thinking, I'm not going to make an error when I'm 20-16 up in the second game, having won the first. And I don't know what he's thinking, obviously, but that's how it came across to me.
Yeah, I think actually that he's better than he believes himself to be. And that 12-6, that's uncomfortable. That's not how he sees himself. But I mean, in my opinion, he should have won in 2 games against Rajivusev because he was controlling everything. And the same goes a little bit here. And I think both this match here and the match yesterday, he could have taken at least half a step, maybe a full step closer to the net in order to control the front court. I think he's waiting for the opponents to play the baseline and be quick on those shots. I think it's important to be able to control the front court. And then if you're sort of overplayed and played to the baseline, then you must have the correct shots to play yourself out of that.
14-12.
That shot wasn't too bad. That was what they were discussing in between the games. A variation to the body. Good shot.
Service over. 13-14.
I still feel that the net play or the front court play is the key for Sasaki. He's been having some good attacks from his backhand side, good variation. Oh, that's very, very short and quickly punished.
Service over.
Yeah, look where his feet are when he lands.
15-13.
Always an indication of how deep the lift or clear was.
Service over. 14-15.
We haven't seen many dives from Vittinghus today. Normally we see him throwing himself around the court.
Yeah, yeah. But that's a sign that he's been more in control.
Yes.
Play, please.
Yeah, that was a nice little push. I don't know. Did he put a little bit of top spin on that? Sho Sasaki
15.
seemed a very odd shot. That one. No,
No,
this,
no, this is a little deception.
this one.
Yeah, that's a top spin. That's well
Yeah,
spotted.
yeah.
No,
So
didn't get the top spin, only the deception.
15 all. These are crucial.
Good call. Good call.
It's well left. Well, now Sasaki back into the lead.
15.
No, you see, that's the sort of shot from Vittinghus that bothers me, Steen, because his opponent had taken his net shot very, very late.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really looking for it at the net,
No.
Vittinghus. Yeah, good judgment.
Service over. 16 all.
Yeah, it's important. We can see it's important to find the right situations to challenge at the net. This time it was Vittinghus who was successful.
Service over. 17, 16.
Oh yes, that is lovely. I have to say, from that round the head position, probably played better today than I've seen him. Well, he did play very well actually in the Thomas Cup final.
Yeah.
I'll just revise my opinion there, but why oh why, when he's got that capability from round the head, does he not attack more often in his matches?
18,
Yeah,
17.
it seems like that sometimes he either attacks in the rally or defends, mixing it up in the rally. That's the next development, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Play. Let Sasaki.
It's the last time you delay the play, please.
It's the last time you delay the play, says our umpire. Yeah, well, he did have some sympathy for Vittinghus.
So is he going to disqualify him then if he delays the game one more time, or is he just going to warn him?
Let Sasaki, come here.
Oh, well, that time Sasaki hadn't lifted his head. It will be a yellow card.
This time I have to give you a yellow card for delay the play.
Yeah.
Sasaki Sho, warning for misconduct.
Warning for misconduct, yellow card. Well, the previous time, he didn't have his head up ready to receive the slip. The
18,
first time he did,
17.
so... yes, he's done it again. If I was Sho Sasaki, I'd stop playing to that round the head position.
19, 17.
2 points away from a second semi-final at Super Series level for Vittinghus. Oh, that was nice.
Good shot. Very nice body smash from Sasaki. And as we saw in the intro to this quarterfinals day here at Australian
18,
Open,
19.
Vittinghus probably is targeting the World Superseries finals in Dubai. He was there on the first edition and liked it very much. And I think a lot of players have that as one of their goals. Of course, most of them this year is the Olympics, but there's other goals as well. And it's a really, really good tournament we have in Dubai at the end of the year. And as you said, John, the players, they really love it.
And Vittinghus on match points opportunities, 2 of them. And of course for Vittinghus, of course, he hasn't qualified for the Olympic Games. 2 Danish players ranked above him, so he won't be going to the Olympics. 18. So the Super Series finals quite clearly a big target, a big goal for him. So match point number 1. Gone wide, and the yell of delight from Vittinghus as he secures his place in the semi-final. Well, 2 straight games, 21-14, 21-18, in a match lasting 41 minutes.
Match won by Hans-Kristian Vittinghus, 21-14, 21-18.
Well, he was in the semi-final of the All Englands earlier this year, was Vittinghus. So with all the injury woes, well, perhaps that's focusing the mind on the tactics and the strategy within the matches that he's playing, because Vittinghus, quite frankly, at the moment is enjoying more success in Super Series than he's ever done in the past. And well done to him for that. So, through to the semi-final tomorrow. Vittinghus, a little smile and a little nod. Yes, well done, well played. Well, it was a fairly tactical battle the whole way through. And around the headshot from Vittinghus, he played a number of straight down the line, a number cross court, and Sho Sasaki didn't really know which way to go. Vittinghus, he was always a worker on court. There was the round the head shot again that he's played to such great effect today. He had a real wobble yesterday, not today. In fact, coming from behind in the second game, that 4-10 deficit. And there the victory. The delight through to the semi-final.